So I was trolling Orthodox Ethos comment section yesterday, and they were talking about noetic prayer. And so in Orthodoxy, like, noetic prayer is the prayer of the heart. It's a continuous prayer that never ends. From the nous, and it's only given to like the most devout people. And it's like I've been noticing that I think people talk about it and they go, well, what is or isn't it? Am I doing it or am I not? How am I not doing it? And so they don't even have any idea what they're talking about. People have no idea what they're talking about. It's like they think they don't have prayer, and then they're gonna like say enough repetitions or do enough prostrations, and suddenly like, whoa, And so I went in the comment section and I said, hey, I've mastered noetic prayer, and like I'm a piece of shit. So it's not some attainment. And I know saying that sort of thing really triggers people, and it means that I'm spiritually deluded and in Prelest, which is like the best Orthodox word ever. Prelest is where like you think you are enlightened, or you think that you're in some exalted spiritual state, and etc. And I don't know if I've had that. I guess I've had it. Not really. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Because there are. I don't know if you would call it spiritual state. Like I've never thought I was like a better person than everyone else. But there are states to where the way that you're seeing or thinking or perceiving reality is just better and different than some of the people around you. See, there's like Prelest, and then there's the opposite of that, which is like false humility, or like Prelest is like something bad. So people will pretend not to have it. Just like they'll pretend to be nice, they'll pretend to whatever. Like so Prelest, so like spiritual delusion, pride, or whatever. People fake, 100% fake not having it because everyone knows to not have it. And so once the prayer of the heart is not hard to master, it's literally we're just swimming in God. Like that's it. Stop being in denial that we're not swimming in God at a deep perceptual level. You can't just have the idea that we're swimming in God, but it needs to be the source of your every movement, the source of your breath, the source of all that. And you have to explore it and see mechanically, that everyone is swimming in God. And then since you're in it, it's like, how would you stop floating? How do you stop swimming? How do you deny or reject the buoyancy of God? And so once you see it, you can't stop praying. And prayer is just simply orienting the mind towards God. If your average everyday movement is like, I'm conscious that I'm floating, I'm using the technique of being in God, of being in love itself in this mechanical way, along with everybody else. So I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else at all. I don't have the pretense. I'm actually worse. I'm straightforward. I'm not going to be in denial of that, because it's like a lot of people, they just use their, they go, I don't know truth. I don't know ultimate reality. And they use it as a pretense to like need to struggle, as a pretense for having an identity of somebody seeking it, right? There's so many Christians that are like, oh, I'm just lowly, whatever. I'm in the Orthodox Church, which means like I am God. I am the resurrected body of God. Baptism is supposed to make me a saint. But work. We're going to get there, never get there. And it's not like being in God isn't like as a fish, as a thing swimming. There's so much to explore and learn and grow and do and become better, yada, 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 yada. But this whole thing, the prayer of the heart, the prayer of the heart is this whole reality within which we exist. Like the heart contains the world. So see it once, and what are you going to do? Stop praying afterwards? Like, do enough bows inside of that, then you'll be inside of it. Say the Jesus prayer enough times, and then you'll hear it. And so it's not absurd. Yeah, I said it. I knew saying that I had mastered noetic prayer and the prayer of heart would cause conflict and accusation and resentment. But I'm not lying. Like, it's not. Like, oh, go get a spiritual father. You're so deluded. You're so deluded. I can't believe you claimed. I can't believe you claimed to do it. How could you claim to be what you are? How would you claim that creation is as God intended? Like, how dare you claim that Christ redeemed reality for real, like, already? How dare you? How dare you? You prelesty mystic. Prelesty gnostic mystic. I do need to go to church more. There are no churches on Maui. Nobody gives a shit about anybody out here. There's no churches here. A whole island of people, and no one will set up a church. Nobody. There's so many people with money and resources and ability, but like here, who cares? Completely unchristianized island. Not a single Christian out here. Oh, no, there's a couple. There's a mission. There's Orthodox people. Yeah, but no, there's no church. There's no church structure with icons and incense and other such things. Like a church with a monastery attached to it, so you could just have a bunch of monks like constantly in noetic prayer, transforming the whole area into a giant prayer, a portal, an entry into God's heart. But no, nobody cares about Maui.